Yeah, so I mean, obviously these companies take some time to close, but pilots were starting within like a couple months or a quarter after that. Obviously we had no salespeople at the company, so like the founding team was just trying to run as many pilots as possible to see what would ultimately work.
At what point did you expand beyond just the VS Code extension into supporting all these other IDEs?
That was actually very, very soon afterwards.
How did you think about that? Like, there's like one argument that you could make, which is like, there's lots of VS Code developers. You had a tiny team. You could have made the argument that oh, you just focus on building a great experience for VS Code. You'd only captured a tiny percentage of the market of all possible VS Code developers, and that's not what you did. You expanded like horizontally very quickly and built extensions for all those IDEs. Why?
I think maybe the fundamental reason that we thought was quite critical is if we were going to work with companies have developers that write in many languages. Like for instance, a company like JP Morgan Chase might have over half of their developers writing in Java. And for those developers, they are going to use JetBrains and IntelliJ. IntelliJ is over 70 to 80% of all Java developers in the world currently use IntelliJ right now. So we would just need to turn away a lot of companies. Like a lot of companies would not be able to use us as the de facto solution. Like we'd be one of many solutions inside the company. So because of that, we made the decision. But luckily, because we made the decision early enough, it changed the architecture of how we built the product out, which is to say, we are not like building a separate version of the product for every single IDE. We have a lot of shared infrastructure that actually lives on a per editor basis. So it's actually a very, very small amount of code that actually needs to get written to make sure we can support as many IDEs as possible. So this is one of those things that an early decision that we made ended up making it much easier to make this transition.
How about the transition from Codium to Windsurf?
At the time, now we're probably going to middle of 2023. We start working with some very large enterprises. Within the next year, like the business has gone well over sort of eight figures in